Hey everybody, TacticAngel here, back on the World of Warships Legends. Today we will be talking about the Marblehead. The Marblehead is a Tier 4 United States Navy cruiser, a premium cruiser that you can find in the Founders Pack, the second or the middle tier Founders Pack. I bought this because largely I enjoy playing cruisers, and this is actually modeled after the Omaha. Omaha is a Tier 4 cruiser as well. It is very, very similar to the Marblehead. There are a couple of key differences, and we'll get to that in just a moment. So what we're going to start with is hit points. Hit points are very similar, or exact, to the Omaha, and the armor is pretty much the same. The artillery on this is also the same, which is you've got two turrets with 152mm cannons in both. There's one fore, one aft, and then you've got 8 additional 152mm cannons, and they are kind of 2 at each corner of the ship. So really, if you're lucky, you can get a maximum of 8 guns on target. If you get the 8 guns on target, you can do a pretty good amount of hurt. You can see here your chance to set fire is as high as 13%. That might have something to do with my commander. The one real difference between this and the Omaha is your torpedo system. The Omaha has 2 dual launchers on each side of the ship, so it would have 4 torpedo tubes. This has 2, which means it has a triple launcher on either side. This does limit your ability to run around and torpedo everything, but for the most part, you're playing an American cruiser, and you're moving towards ships that don't even have torpedoes. If you're in the American cruiser line, the Marblehead's just one more step in that direction, and for the most part, if you're just shooting things to pieces, that works out pretty well with the Marblehead. So let's talk just a bit before we get into a game. What am I using on this ship? You only have one slot. I am using the aiming system modification, which pretty much makes everything just a little bit better. Main battery modification would help you whip the turrets around real quick, but it would slow your rate of fire, and I choose not to do that. I would prefer to shoot more accurately and just hope that I am always moving my turrets in the right direction. So here we go, we're on Haven. We're in the Phoenix, waiting for the battle to get started.
General quarters.
Looks like we are top tier. Not that being bottom tier is that bad in World of Warships. You're ever only +1 or -1, and so really you don't really feel that bad at any point. I actually don't mind being down a tier sometimes. Every ship in this game can hurt every other ship, and I'm just trying to see how this thing plays out. I can see that there's a smoke screen already being set off my port bow, but that's at quite a range, and I'm not in any competition to try to get out there first. Might be a good idea for me to launch a spotter plane, but it looks like we've already got one up in the air right over top me, so I'm not sure I would be coming up with anything that guy isn't already telling me. The other consumable that we have on this ship is your hydroacoustic search. I'm adjusting my speed, getting a gauge on where that Kuma is. We're landing some shots already. Pretty good. We're going to switch over to AP, hoping to hit some Citadel. What we're going to hit is a lot of rocks, but we do get some damage in on him. Now we're tucking in here. Probably going to run into the island. Not exactly unintentional. So we have another Marblehead that's looking at coming around. He doesn't look like he's too worried about me, so I'm going to see if I can't just like back up ever so gently and, you know, do something terrible to my sister ship. I can see a citadel. Unfortunately, I'm back onto high explosive because I wasn't paying attention. And there we have 4 citadels. Hit them right in the middle of the ship. And that should be all they wrote. Or all she wrote. Not that anybody who plays World of Warships watched Murder, She Wrote, but, you know, maybe. I should be able to hit that Ishizuchi pretty reliably, and I can actually penetrate it, usually, as long as I hit it square in the side. Now, one of the things that I'm doing right now is I'm keeping my bow directly at that battleship. And he can probably punch straight through the front of my ship and into my citadel, but the thing is, he can't do it very reliably while I'm like this, because I just don't present a very wide target. I get my torpedoes out. He should probably realize that there are torpedoes in the water, but he is sailing too broadside to too many ships, and so he dies. You know, it happens.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
I had a feeling.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
So we're not really sure where that Phoenix is going to go, but pretty sure we would like to contribute to his demise as well. We're going to head back to port and get ready to shoot him as he comes around. It looks like he's already pretty well beat up. I've got my torpedoes already loaded, so as you can tell, the reload on the 3-shot torpedo launchers aren't that bad. You just don't get all that many of them. Once again, we're shooting high explosive, and it's just reflexes that make me keep putting it back to high explosives, because you do tend to harass a lot of battleships by setting fire after fire after fire and then going and hiding as a cruiser. Hopefully they expend their damage control party while you are doing that, and then you can set some more fires, and then those fires will burn until they burn out, or the person dies, whichever comes first. There's a Wyoming. He can probably see me if I shoot. He can probably see me already.
Many thanks.
We are getting the shots in over that island, so might as well continue. I'm going to guess that he's not going to be able to see me very well if I slow down and just enjoy the damage that I can farm here. Even if he can see me, there's really not a lot he can do about it, because his guns are not going to be able to fire over that. And now, unfortunately, without auto aim helping me shoot over the ridge, I'm not going to be able to get anything. And I see also that we have a little Mitsuki trying to run around the backside of my fleet. Look at that. We got 5 hits on that. That's a pretty nice gunnery that you can get with the Marblehead. You get the same sort of effect with an Omaha, but you also get the fun extra credits with the premium ship. That Wyoming's still out there. We are still thinking we want to contribute to its demise, so slowly making our way over there. I actually kind of enjoy the lazy pace of some of these games. I certainly do not like being shot by more than one person at a time, so, you know, if that's the case, playing World of Warships is probably for you. Looks like he might be backing up. Either that or he is traveling extraordinarily slowly around the corner of that island. I should be open to using both my guns and also my torpedoes. I am more of a gun guy, so I would expect that I'm mostly going to just try to catch him on fire here. But we are close enough that we would be able to set him both on fire and try to sink him with torpedoes, or cause flooding. Whatever I would want to do. We've already got his stern on fire. Now we're just going to take advantage of the very easy to hit superstructure. This will help me get more penetrations, and more penetrations only makes the likelihood of fire even higher. So we're farming a good bit of damage. He should be dead here in just a second. A little adjustment to the aim there, I missed a little bit. But we're up to 66, 67, 69,000, and the game ends all of a sudden. Pretty average battle when it comes to the Marblehead. I would say the one trick is knowing when your goose is cooked and keeping your bow towards dangerous ships while trying to set them on fire. There you see my result. Actually, somebody did better than me, but hopefully this review has been useful for you, and I will catch you on the next one.